This is 1 John 4:20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen? Right? So if a man say, I love God, and hate your brother, you're a liar. Right? You're a straight up liar. It says, how can you love God whom you have not seen, but you love, how can you love God whom you have not seen, but also not love your brother who you have seen? Right? It says, and this is the commandment have we from him, that he who loves God love his brother also. So if you love God, you gotta love your brother. And that's what I was just telling you, right? The only way you can keep the first commandment is to keep the second commandment. And if you keep the second commandment, that means you've kept the first commandment, right? But they go hand in hand, and you can't keep one without the other one. If you break one, you broke the other one, right? If you kept one, you kept the other one. This is Luke 6 and verse 32. It says, for if you love them which love you, what thing have you? For sinners also love those that love them. And if you do good to them which do good to you, what thing have you? For sinners also do even the same. And if you lend to them whom ye hope to receive, what thank have ye? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again. So in other words, the Lord is just dropping facts and logic, right? He said, what's special about giving to somebody, right? What's special about giving to somebody with the expectation and the hope to get it back, right? Or what's special about loving people who love you? That's not special. Everybody does it. It's normal, right? Now, if you give somebody, if you give a homeless man $100, right? There's no way you could think he's paying you back. There's no way, right? There's no way you could think he's giving that back to you, right? Now, if you loving some, if you show love to somebody, which love isn't just like hugs and kisses. You can go to 1 Corinthians the 13th chapter, and it breaks down a good deal what love is, right? So, love. If you love somebody who doesn't love you, I mean, I guess you could. So if you love somebody who doesn't love you, you could technically do it in hopes. And I was telling a brother about that too. You can technically do it in hopes that this person is going to treat you better after you've done good to them, right? But again, what I was just saying earlier, a couple bit ago, you can't control anybody else's conduct. You can only control yours, and the Lord is going to hold you accountable for your conduct, right? He's not going to take into consideration what has been done to you, not in a negative way, anyway. And when I say that, what I mean is, if somebody smacks you and you smack them back, he's not going to take that in consideration and be like, well, I can understand why you did that. He smacked you. He's not taking that in consideration. Now, he will take that into consideration in a positive aspect. So if somebody smacks you and then you don't retaliate, right? You show forgiveness, mercy, and you pray for this person, right? Now, that's like extra sauce on the cake, because a great thing has been done unto you, because it's a great thing for somebody to put their hands on you. That's a little crazy, right? So if this crazy thing has happened and you responded in a loving way, you get a whole lot of points for that. You get more points for that. So in a positive sense, you can get more credit. But in a negative sense, if you respond bad, you're not going to get credit. You're not going to get it, right? But again, on a positive swing of it, you'll get a lot of credit, right? It's a lot of credit for that. It says, But love ye your enemies and do good and lend, hoping for nothing again. And your reward shall be great, and ye shall be the children of the highest. For he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. Right? So the Most High God, he's kind to the unthankful and to the evil. Right? So if you want to represent God, if you want to make God proud, right, you got to act like him. You got to be kind to the evil, to the unthankful, right? To people who are rude, unmerciful. You got to be kind and merciful and loving these people. And that's how you please God, right? That's how you're a children of God, a child of God. When you do those things, right? Anybody can be a child of God. All you got to do is walk in his spirit, right? Which the Most High has green lit Yahweh Shai 2,000 years ago, right? To get that done, for people to walk in that spirit. It says, be ye therefore merciful as your Father also is merciful, right? So it says, be merciful as God is merciful. And God has tremendous amount of mercy, right? He gets disrespected every second, minute, hour, day, week, always, right? There's not a time that goes by where God isn't disrespected. And he still has open arms. He still is open for forgiveness and mercy. He still shows love unto these people, right? Despite all of that. So he's setting the bar right now. Be merciful as your Father is merciful. So he set the tone right there where the bar should be at. It says, judge not, and you shall not be judged. Condemn not, and you shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. Right? So in other words, love, forgive, show mercy, and mind your damn business. Right? And when I say mind your business, what I mean is don't be trying to judge somebody for the law in a negative aspect as far as condemn. Right? Because when you condemn somebody for the law, now the Most High God is going to condemn you for a law. And again, everybody has committed sin, right? So when you want to take somebody else to the law and for punishment, right? Or to condemn, when you do that, now the Lord's going to do it for you, right? You open yourself up for a case, so to speak, right? You open yourself up for, what's the word? Legal action, right? You open yourself up for legal action. It says, verse 38, give and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down and shaken together and running over, shall men give into your bosom. For with the same measure that ye meet withal, it shall be measured to you again. So, again, in other words, how you treat other people is how God is going to treat you. So if you're loving, forgiving, and merciful and kind, God is going to make sure he treats you with that same level of energy, right? And that's what everybody wants. You want to have that love, forgiveness, and mercy, kindness, and charity, energy from God. You want that same thing, right? This is Proverbs 28:6. It says, better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness than he that is perverse in his way, though he be rich, right? So it's better to be poor and walk in the spirit of God than to be rich and perverse, right? And a lot of people choose to be rich even if it comes with doing perverse acts or doing things that are perverse, that even doing things that are perverse just to be rich, right? So it's better to be poor and to skip on something that could be financially good or whatever the case, just to please God, right? Because the scriptures tell you that it's easy for the Most High to make a man rich. That's easy to do, right? That's the easiest thing that can happen. And plus, you don't want to get riches in a bad way, because the Lord is going to make sure that falls, right? It's going to make sure that falls. It's going to come with a price that you're not going to want to pay. This is Leviticus 19:18. It says, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh. right? So again, within the law, right? Because a lot of people, they